When heating, welding, cutting or soldering, conducting maintenance, repairing or installation work, excess amounts of heat are generated. These tasks pose risks that must be addressed properly before the work begins. Well-prepared hot work tasks will help mitigate the potential risks, prevent fires and save lives.
Today we're talking about hot work related risks, and I'm here with Lina Sundgren. Welcome, Lina.
Thank you very much.
Now, as a risk engineer, can you give us some insights into hot work related accidents and incidents?
Yes. The claims data gathered over the years shows a costly and dangerous trend, and it continues year after year. On construction sites, inexperienced workers or workers that don't have the knowledge about the risks, and also contractors looking to cut corners. They simply put companies under a significant risk when they don't do the hot works in a correct way. And also it is vital that you have a safety hot work culture. That's really important. And ultimately it is the management that is accountable for the safety at the site, and therefore they should be in their interest to have the correct person with the right education and so on permitting the hot works. And another thing we see is actually that it's mainly a contractor risk. It's not that the own employees is doing the hot works. It's more when you get a contractor into the industry or to a construction site.
And with regulations and guidelines in place, why do we still have these hot work accidents?
To me, the answer is very simple. It is that even if we have all those regulations and requirements, the problem is actually that it's not followed. That is the main reason that we still have the accidents and incidents. Within If, and also the Swedish Fire Protection Association has been looking into if there is something wrong with the regulation and that we need to improve it. But our conclusion is that the rules are correct, but there is a problem when they are not followed.
Hot work permits are one solution to ensuring that only trained personnel do hot work tasks. So how does this help to reduce the number of the hot work accidents?
Here I would like to talk a little bit the history and how the regulation came. And it was because the insurance industry noticed that it was more and more incidents regarding and claims regarding hot works. And then it was the insurance companies together with the Swedish Fire Protection Association that implemented this new regulation and safety rules. And that has really helped to decrease the amount of damage. But the main thing is to follow the rules. And when you do that, I think we have a safe place to do the hot works.
Based on your experience, what are some key recommendations that companies should focus on related to hot works?
I think there are 3 main recommendations I would like to give. And the first one is regarding the breaks, and that there is a procedure that if the person that is doing the hot work, when they need to go for a coffee break or a lunch break, or they have forgot something in the vehicle or whatever, there needs to be a backup person that can check the area so you don't leave the area left. Because there have been incidents when you go away and you have put the tool in an improper way and it's not safe. And then it can cause damage. And the second one is also how important it is to have a fire watch after the work is done for at least 1 hour. And why the insurance companies require this is because we have seen in claims that when you leave the area after 50 minutes or 30 minutes, there can become a fire. And my third recommendation is the most common deviations when I'm out at the risk surveys and I see that you don't have a fire extinguisher or there is still combustible materials within the area. I really recommend that companies starts to do spot checks for the hot works so they can have a good culture for the procedure of hot works.
Neglecting basic safety measures during hot work can lead to costly claims, delays, and even loss of life. Enforcing safety protocols and conducting spot checks help prevent losses.
Welcome, Jonatan Loman, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Now, can you provide us some insights from fire investigations? Like, when do you investigate?
Investigations and fire cause investigations, we are always interested in the cause of fire if we have an unknown cause. In general, it's in the larger claims, we always try to find out what caused the fire. And it's important because we need to understand what happened, both because it can be reassuring for the customers to have a fact about what caused the fire, to be able to prevent it in the future. But it's also important to identify risk. For example, if we have a building that has burnt down, if you rebuild it again, you want to find out what caused the fire so we can prevent and build away that risk in the future. Regarding hot works, when we have a third-party responsibility, we always investigate because we want to make sure that the cost of the claim lands on the correct insurance company. So if we have a third party that caused the damage, for example, through hot works, we need to investigate to make sure what caused the fire and where the cost of the claim should be land.
And what are some of the methods used in your investigations?
We always have the same methods in investigations. We go into the investigation with an open mind. Even if there are suspicion from some parts what could have caused the fire, for example, hot work, we cannot lock into that in the beginning because we need to make a broad investigation and look at all the different possibilities of what could have caused the fire. If hot works has been involved, that is one possible cause of fire that we need to investigate. And connected to that, we always review the guidelines, make sure that the hot workers have followed the guidelines. We look at the documentation, but we always also look at the other different possible causes of fire, for example, electricity or other possibilities. During the investigation, we can close down some of these possible causes of fire, and we will be left alone with hopefully one cause of fire. For example, hot works. Parallel to the technical investigation, we always also do interviews and talk to witnesses and build up a timeline and see if the timeline checks out with the actual cause of fire.
Thank you, Jonatan.
Thank you.